everybody, my name's Heidi. Welcome to online yoga, where you can do yoga in the comfort of your own home. I'm really looking forward to guiding you through a practice this afternoon or this morning, wherever you are in the day. That's what's so great about online yoga, is you can do it any time that suits you. So I just want you to keep in mind that I'm going to guide you through a practice, but I really need you to listen to your body and just do what you can do. There will be modifications along the way. If the modification suits you better, I want you to stick with that. Okay, so always listening to your body. So from here, I'd like you to come into a comfortable seated position, whatever that looks like for you. It could be this, or you could come into a cross-legged position. Now, if you have problems or tight knees or tight hips, you could always prop yourself up with a block if you have one. So I'd just like you to let your hands rest in your lap and close down your eyes. We're just going to take this moment to come into the practice. Just taking this moment to be present in the here and now. Feeling the length in the spine as the sit bones ground down into the mat. Letting the shoulders drop away from the ears. Feeling the crown of the head as it reaches towards the sky. Feel a softening in the jaw. Just taking this moment to check in with your body, seeing how it's feeling, and knowing however that is okay. Try not to attach to the sensations. Rather, on your exhale, let go. Bringing your awareness to your breath as you breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Taking this moment to slow down the breath. As you breathe all the way down into that bottom part of the lungs. And then as you exhale, pressing all the air out. Feeling the lungs expand and then empty. Seeing if you can create an audible breath here. You can hear it as it exits your body. Good. From here, slowly start to open the eyes. We're going to make our way into a standing position. So if you can come up to standing without using your hands, go ahead and do so. Or if you need to use your hands, you of course can. So we're going to start with our sun salutations. So we're going to come to the top of our mat. We're going to ground down through the feet. We're going to bring the big toes together, slight gap in the heels. Lift the kneecaps up, switch the quad muscles on. Lengthen the tailbone towards the heels as you draw the belly button in and lift up from the pelvic floor. Spread the collarbones, activate the arms. This is Summer City here. On your inhale, reach for the sky, gaze back to the thumbs. On your exhale, fold forward from your hips, soften the knees, release the hands to the ground, release the head. Drawing the belly button in towards the spine, creating space to fold forward. On your inhale, look up halfway. On your exhale, step back to a high plank. So top of a push-up here, shoulders are stacked directly on top of your wrists. You're engaging your core muscles, engaging your quad muscles, finding your gaze just forward. A modified version would be to drop down to your knees. We're going to keep drawing the belly button in, keep the elbows nice and close to the body, and then as you bend, lower yourself down. Try not to let your shoulders go below your elbows. Point the toes, inhale, lift up, nice gentle cobra to start with. And then exhale, press back to downward facing dog. Inhale, draw the belly button in towards the spine. Press the hands into the mat as you press the floor away. Just gaze to the hands for a moment and just check that they are realistically still shoulder width apart. As you press down through the whole hand, spread the weight evenly through the fingers. Lift up out of the shoulders, release the head in between the arms. Lifting our sit bones high to the sky, keep drawing the belly button towards the spine. You can keep a lift in the heels and a softening in the knees, especially as we're just starting the practice. Lift the heels now, bend the knees, step or jump to the top of your mat. Inhale to your halfway lift, exhale to fold forward. On the inhale, eyes lead the way, body follows, arms sweep up, palms touch. On your exhale, fold fold forward. From your hips, release the hands to the ground, release the head. On the inhale, look up, halfway. On your exhale, step or jump back to your high plank, top of a push-up. Now remember, you can drop down to your knees as a modified version. Otherwise, you're going to shift the weight forward as you come onto your tippy toes. You're going to start to bend and lower yourself down, maintaining that plank. Try not to let the hips drop. On the inhale, roll over the toes, lift up, drop the shoulders away from the ears. On the exhale, press back to downward facing dog. Inhale, draw the belly button in. Press the hands into the mat, press the floor away. Lift the sit bones high to the sky. If it's there for you, start to straighten the legs. Start to press the fronts of the thighs to the back of the room. As you spiral that inner thigh towards the back of the room, broadening through your sit bones. Lift your heels, bend your knees, step or jump to the top of your mat. Inhale to your halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, eyes lead the way, body follows, arms sweep up, palms touch. On your exhale, fold forward from the hips, release the head and hands at the bottom. On your inhale, look up, halfway. On your exhale, step or jump back, high plank, lock it all on as you start to shift the weight forward, bend the elbows, lower yourself down. Roll over your toes, inhale, lift up, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, draw the belly button in, press the hands into the mat, press the floor away, lift the sit bones high to the sky. Press the fronts of the thighs to the backs of the thighs. You can keep those heels lifted, or you can start to reach the heels down. But I want to work on maintaining that nice flat back. As you lower the heels and your spine starts to bend, I want you to start to lift back up again. Good. Lift the heels, bend the knees, step or jump to the top of your mat. Inhale to your halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, eyes lead the way, body follows, arms sweep up, palms touch. On your exhale, fold forward from the hips. On the inhale, look up, halfway. On your exhale, step or jump back, high plank, lock it all on, gaze forward, lower yourself down. On inhale, lift up. Exhale, downward facing dog. On your inhale, lift your right leg to the sky. Now as you lift it, keep the hips square, keep pressing both hands into the mat as you press the floor away. On your exhale, draw the knee to the chest as you shift the weight forward, step the foot in between the hands. Now if you can't get it there, use your right hand to shift it forward. Ground down through your back foot at a 45-degree angle. As you inhale, sweep the arms up, warrior one. As you sink down to your lunge, square the shoulders to the front of the room. Feel as if you're spiraling that left inner thigh around towards the ceiling. Exhale, hands to the ground. Step back. High plank, low plank. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, downward facing dog. On the inhale, lift the left leg, keep the hips square, keep pressing both hands into the mat. On the exhale, draw the knee to the chest, shift the weight forward, step the foot in between the hands. Ground down through your back foot, 45 degrees. Inhale through your warrior one. Sink down to your lunge, square the shoulders to the front of the room. Work the back leg. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step it back. Lower down, remember you can always drop to your knees as you need to. Inhale, roll over the toes, lift. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. A few deep breaths here, in through the nose, out through the nose. Now if you hate downward facing dog, take child's pose instead. Drop into your knees, releasing your sit bones to your heels, reaching your arms out long in front. Still finding length in the spine as you release the forehead down to the ground. Remember, always listening to your body and do what feels right for you within your practice. Good. Lift yourself back up again. Lift the heels, bend the knees, step or jump to the top of the mat. Inhale to your halfway lift. Exhale to fold. This time as you inhale, bend your knees, sweep the arms up, pause here, keeping that slight bend in the knees. On your exhale, fold forward, hands to the ground, release the head. On the inhale, look back, halfway. On the exhale, step or jump back, high plank. Lock it all on as you bend the elbows, lowering down. On your inhale, roll over the toes, lift up. Exhale, downward facing dog. On your inhale, lift your right leg again to the sky, keep the hips square. On the exhale, draw the knee to the chest, step the foot forward, ground down through that back foot, 45 degrees. Inhale, sweep the arms up, square the shoulders to the front of the room. As you exhale, come to your warrior two, keeping your back foot where it is. Drop the shoulders away from the ears as you hug the muscles onto the bones, sink down into the lunge. Flip the palm, inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, windmill the hands to the mat. Step it back, lower down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, downward facing dog. On the inhale, lift the left leg. On the exhale, draw the knee to the chest, step the foot forward, ground down through that back foot, 45 degrees. Inhale, sweep the arms up, warrior one, square the shoulders. Exhale, warrior two. Open through your heart, drop the shoulders away from the ears, hug the muscles onto the bones. Flip the palm, inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, windmill the hands to the mat. Step it back, lower yourself down. Inhale to lift. Exhale to downward facing dog. Good. A few deep breaths here, in through the nose, out through the nose. Remember, child's pose is there if you prefer. Keep lifting the sit bones high to the sky, melting the heart towards the thighs. Releasing the head in between the arms. Good. Lift the heels, bend the knees, step or jump to the top of your mat. Inhale to your halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, bend the knees, sweep the arms up, pause at the top. On your exhale, fold forward, release the head and hands. On inhale, halfway lift. On the exhale, step or jump back, high plank, lock it all on, engage the core muscles as you lower yourself down. On the inhale, roll over the toes, lift. On the exhale, downward facing dog. On the inhale, lift the right leg. On the exhale, draw the knee to the chest, shift the weight forward, step the foot into between the hands, ground down through your back foot as you inhale, warrior one. As you exhale, warrior two. As you inhale, straighten your front leg. As you exhale, reach and then place your hand down softly. We're in our triangle pose. Draw the left shoulder back, gaze to the back of the thumb. Work through the legs here, so this hand is just floating. As you work through the leg spiral, the right inner thigh towards the ceiling, lift up the left quad muscle, press the pinky side of the foot into the mat. Lengthen the tailbone towards that back foot. On your inhale, lift up. On your exhale, come through your warrior two. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. Check that your knee is stacked on top of your ankle. Try not to let that knee go past, rather widen your stance. Coming through our extended side angle, either drop the elbow to the thigh, extend that left arm up and over. Modified version here as you work yourself into your lunge. If it's there for you, place the hand to the outside of the foot. Work the back leg. Lengthen through that side body as you open through your heart. If it's there for you and there's no strain in your neck, bring the gaze to that left hand. Good. On your inhale, come all the way back up. From here, you're going to pivot to the ball of your back foot. Bring your hands to your heart center. Inhale for lift, and then we're going to exhale, twist. As we hook our left elbow to the outside of the right knee, sink down into that lunge. Bring the hands together. Inhale, lift the chest up. Drawing the thumbs back towards the sternum. Gaze towards the ceiling. Roll the right ribs around towards the sky. Good. Inhale, come all the way back up through your warrior two. Straighten your front leg. Pivot your feet so that the feet are either parallel or toes are turned in slightly, and you're in a nice wide leg position. Bring your hands to your hips. As you inhale, lift the heart. As you exhale, fold forward. From your hips, release the hands down to the ground. Fingers face forward and they're shoulder width apart. Inhale for length and then exhale to fold. Draw the belly button towards the spine. Release the crown of the head towards the ground. If it's there for you, take the hands back in between the feet. If it's there for you, take the head between the hands. Keep working through the legs here as you press or feel the weight in the balls of the feet. Lift the kneecaps up, switch the quad muscles on. As you shift the weight forward, the joints stack on top of each other. On the inhale, look up, halfway. On the exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Taking the arms wide now, draw the hands back behind you, interlacing your fingers. As you inhale, lift from the heart. As you exhale, fold from your hips. Release the crown of the head to the ground. Work through the legs here as the hands come up and over behind the head. Eventually, maybe to touch down on the other side. Breathe nice and deep. Lift the kneecaps up, switch the quad muscles on. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Good. Release the hands. Wiggle the feet back together a little bit, creating a slightly shorter stance. And then from here, pivot both feet back to the front of the mat. Now as you do this, maybe wiggle the right foot over an inch or so that your hips, or your feet are hips width apart. You want to keep your hips nice and square here. As you inhale, lift from the heart. And then as you exhale, fold from your hips. Alright, I want you to imagine that you have a glass of water on the sacrum there, and you're balancing it. So it's nice and flat, hips are nice and square. Plug the right thigh bone back into the socket. Press down through the feet. Imagine you're stretching your mat in two different directions. If it's there for you, float the hands down to the ground. If it's there for you, bring the nose towards the knee. Good. Inhale, look up, halfway. Bring the hands to your hips. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Now from here, we're just going to step our left foot into a balancing pose. So we're going to ground out through the right foot. I'm going to draw the left knee up. Now you're either going to grab hold of that knee, or you'll pistol grip the big toe and extend the leg out long in front of you. Find your focus point. So a spot in front of you that you can stare at, softening your gaze there. Dropping the shoulders away from the ears. Engage that standing leg. Keep the hips nice and square. Beautiful. And then release that foot. Extend it out long if you haven't already and hold it there for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step that foot back. Come through your crescent lunge. So the back heel is lifted. Reach the hands to the sky. Sink down into that lunge. Press the hips forward. Lift up from the pelvic floor. Release the hands to the ground. Step back. High plank, low plank. Inhale, roll over the toes, lift up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Couple of deep breaths here. So remember, you can take downward facing dog or child's pose. Just do what feels right for you within your practice. Now I'm going to change myself around so I stay facing you throughout the rest of the practice. So we're going to come into the other side. So if you're in child's pose, come back into your downward facing dog. On your inhale, lift your left leg up to the sky. On your exhale, draw the knee to the chest, step that foot forward, ground down through that back foot at that 45-degree angle. Inhale, sweep the arms up, warrior 1, square the shoulders. Exhale, warrior 2, open the heart. Inhale, straighten your front leg. Exhale, reach and place your hand down softly. As you come through a triangle pose, draw your right shoulder back, gaze to the back of that thumb. Work through your legs here. As you spiral that left inner thigh towards the ceiling, lift up the right quad muscle as you lengthen the tailbone towards that back foot. Breathe nice and deep. Good. Inhale, come all the way back up. Exhale through your warrior 2. Now check, knees stacked on an ankle. Knee is not going past that ankle. Come through your extended side angle, either dropping the elbow to the thigh, reaching the right arm up and over. If it's there for you, hand to the outside of the foot. Really work the back leg. Press that pinky side of the foot into the ground. Work on opening through the front body to lengthen through the side body. Maybe gaze to the right hand. Good. Inhale, come all the way back up. Pivot to the ball of the back foot. Bring your hands to your heart center. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist as you hook that right elbow to the outside of that left knee. Inhale, lift the chest up. Draw the thumbs towards the stone. Maybe gaze to the ceiling. Work the back leg. Finding your focus point that will help stabilize you. Lift up from the pelvic floor. Good. Inhale. Come back up through your warrior two. Straighten the front leg. Pivot the feet. So again, they're parallel or toes turning slightly in a nice wide leg position. Bring the hands to your hips. As you inhale, lift the heart, squeeze the shoulder blades together as you squeeze the elbows towards each other. And then as you exhale, fold forward. Again, from the hips, release the crown of the head to the ground. Now, it's not important that it touches or not. I want you to work through the legs. Now, if you need to bend the knees a little, go ahead. If that feels more comfortable for you, if you can straighten them, lift the kneecaps up, switch the quad muscles on. You really want to be working the fronts of the legs to protect the backs of the legs. Good. We're going to inhale. We're just going to come up halfway. You're going to bring your hands down and you're going to pistol grip your big toes. Inhale for length and then exhale to fold. Tuck the chin slightly. Draw the belly button in towards the spine. Use the arms to help draw you down. As you send the elbows up towards the sky, drawing the shoulders away from the ears. Again, bring the weight into the balls of the feet, engage the quad muscles. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Wiggle the feet back together a little bit. Slightly shorter stance, and then pivot both feet to the front of your mat. Good. Now, both feet are pointing forward, feet are hip width apart, hands to hips. Inhale for length, exhale to fold, forward over that straight front leg with a straight spine. Find the hips nice and square so you could balance that glass of water on the sacrum. Draw the belly button in, plug that left thigh bone back into the socket. As you shift the weight over that front leg, it'll drop that right hip. If it's there for you, place the hands down. And if it's there for you, bring the nose towards the knee. Feel as if you're stretching that mat in two different directions. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Bring that weight into that front leg as we come to our balancing pose. So you start to lift the right leg up. And you can grab hold of that right knee. Find a focus point here. Or pistol grip the big toe and extend the leg out long. Breathe nice and deep. Let the shoulders drop away from the ears. Engage through the core muscles. Lifting up from the pelvic floor. Use that left glute muscle. If it's there for you, you're going to release the foot and everybody's going to extend the leg out. Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then slowly step it back into your present pose. Back heel lifted. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Draw the arms back behind the ears if that feels all right for you. Sink down into the lunge. Lift up from the pelvic floor. Exhale the hands to the mat. Step it back. High plank. Drop into your knees as you need. Low plank. Inhale, roll over the toes. Lift. Exhale. Downward facing dog. A few deep breaths here. Remember, child's pose is there if you prefer. Release the head in between the arms. Keep lifting the sit bones high to the sky. If it's there for you, straighten the legs. Drawing the heels down towards the mat. Feet are hip width apart, heels directly behind the balls of the feet. Good. Lift the heels, bend the knees. We're going to step or jump into a seated position, taking our legs out long in front of us. As you inhale, you're going to lift from the heart, and then as you exhale, fold from your hips. Drawing the belly button towards the spine, reach forward, pistol grip your big toes. Inhale for length, exhale to fold. Tucking the chin slightly. Bring the gaze anywhere from the shins to the ankles. Finding length in the spine as you fold forward. So try not to round through the spine to get you there. It actually makes it harder. First, find length, even if it means that you're up here. And then if it's there for you, start to fold forward. Inhale, look up, halfway. Release the hands, bring the hands back behind you so they're not too close, okay? So the fingers are facing forward. And as you pop the chest up, the joints will stack on top of each other. Modified version here would be to bend your knees and ground your feet. Otherwise, you can have your legs out long. Either way, you're going to lift the hips up to the sky, gaze to the ceiling. If your legs are long, you're bringing your toes back down to touch and holding here for another 3, 2, 1. Lower yourself down. Good. From here, we're going to draw our right knee into our chest. We're going to let that knee drop out to the side as the foot comes to the inner thigh. As you inhale, you want to square through the shoulders, and then as you exhale, you're going to reach for that foot. Drop the right shoulder as you let the right knee come down towards the mat. Fold from your hips, draw the belly button in, tuck the chin slightly, gaze anywhere from the shin to the ankle. So your head is on a nice long collar neck. It's an extension of your spine. Inhale, look up, halfway. Release the hands. Bring your right hand back behind you. Ground down through that hand, again stacking the joints here. And then on your inhale, pop the hips up, reach that left arm up and over. If it's there for you, come into a little back bend as you bring the gaze to that left hand, as long as there's no strain on the neck. Good. Lower yourself down, and we'll change sides. So release the right leg, draw the left leg in, tuck that foot into the inner thigh, let the knee drop out. Inhale, square through the shoulders. Exhale, extend as you fold forward, tuck the chin slightly. Still feeling both sit bones grounding on the mat. Letting that left knee drop down, letting the left shoulder drop. Tucking the chin slightly, gaze anywhere from the shin to the ankle. Now, if you're not here, you can always, of course, grab your ankle or your calf muscle, or bend that knee, or use a strap. Good. Inhale, look up, releasing the foot. Reach that left hand back behind you. Pop the hips up, reach the right arm up and over. Gaze to that hand if it's there for you. Press the hips towards the outer wall. Get nice and open through your front body. And then release it down. Good. From here, you're going to bring the soles of the feet together. Letting the knees drop out to the side. Grab hold of the feet. Now you're working on pressing the knees down towards the mat. As you inhale, lift from the heart. And then as you exhale, fold forward. From your hips, you're going to press the knees down as you pull the sternum towards the feet. Just working with your body. Just doing what you can do. Good. Inhale, come back up. Release the feet. And from here, we're going to take our legs wide. So coming into wide leg position on your mat, if you prefer, you can change your seating so you are facing the outer edge, and that way you can bring the heels onto your mat. Okay, just depends on you. Now you're going to be coming into a forward fold, so it helps sometimes just draw the flesh back or lift yourself up and tilt yourself forward. Now you can either stay here or you can start to fold. Maybe bring the elbows down to the mat. If it's there for you, maybe grab hold of the outer edges of the feet. If it's there for you, maybe bring the forehead to the ground or the chin or the sternum. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. Again, just scan the body for any tension and then exhale, let it go. Try not to attach to the sensations that you might be feeling here. As long as there's not pain, it is all right. Good. Slowly start to lift back up. Taking the hands underneath the knees. Using them to scoop them back together. Good. Now if you turned on your mat, come back into the center. And we're going to lie down on our backs. So as you lie down on your back, you're going to bring your feet up to the sky. Now you can stay here for a nice gentle inversion. And by placing the thumbs underneath the buttocks, it will just give you a little bit more stability. Of course, if you have a block, you could prop it underneath the sacrum, or if you have a strap, wrap it around the feet. Just do what is right for you. If it's there for you, you're going to come into your full shoulder stand. Now as you come into your full shoulder stand, you're using your core muscles to lift the legs up and over behind you. Now if the feet don't touch down on the ground, don't worry, okay? Wherever you're at, we're going to walk onto the shoulders like the little feet. We're going to bring the hands to that back for support. Now I want you to engage your core muscles and quad muscles as you start to lift the feet up to the sky. Now you're working on creating a nice straight, strong line where the whole body is stacked on top of itself, where the weight is coming into that upper arm and shoulder and away from your neck. Breathe nice and deep. If you'd like, you could close down the eyes, relaxing the forehead, maybe relax the feet. So you're finding the ease within the pose. Good. If it's there for you, you're going to bring the feet up and over behind the head. If the feet aren't touching down yet, don't worry, leave the hands on the back for support. If they do touch down and it's with ease, try pointing the toes so the toenails touch. If it's there for you, release the hands. Either grab hold of the outer edges of your mat or interlace the fingers behind you. Remember, if your feet aren't touching down, your hands are still on your back for support. Good, and then slowly, with control, you're going to start to roll out vertebra by vertebra. Now you can use the hands on the mat as a little bit of assistance. Once you've got your tailbone touching down, you're going to start to lower the feet down. Now, if you start to feel this in your lower back, I want you to bend your knees and then lower your feet. If you can keep straight legs, go ahead and do so. Good. From here, we're going to set ourselves up for Shavasana. So find somewhere that you can be still, that you can close down your eyes, relax the forehead, feel the eyes as they sink into their sockets, relaxing the jaw, feeling the tongue as it softens in the mouth, relaxing the shoulders, letting them drop away from the ears, letting the hands splay out to the side, palms face up, feeling the breath soften and come back to its natural rhythm, feeling the natural rise and fall of the chest, feeling the belly soften, relaxing the glutes as the hips sink down into the mat. Scanning the body for any tension. And then on your exhale, let it go. Feel your body as it sinks a little deeper into your mat. As it absorbs everything you just did. Finding stillness in your body. Stillness in your mind. Trying not to attach to any thoughts. Rather, just let them drift on by. Stay in this moment with yourself a little bit longer. Now, if you can, stay here for 5 or 10 minutes. Just whatever you can fit in. And then, of course, when you're ready, tucking the knees under, start to lift yourself up into a comfortable seated position. Are just want to thank you for practicing with me this afternoon. I hope you enjoyed the class. Namaste.